Ladies and gentlemen, we will be joined in the online mode by so many online guests, including the students and the faculty of different departments of Amity University across 11 universities in India, 16 global campuses, and so many schools. We will be joined by our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, also in the online mode. And so, without any further ado, Dr. S.P. Singh sir, Director, Amity School of Natural Resources, sir, with your permission and with the permission of Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Bivash Ranjan sir, can we begin the event, sir? Thank you. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida. It is said, विद्या वो जो मानव को बंधनों से मुक्त करती है और आमिटी विश्वविद्यालय विद्या का वो मंदिर with 11 universities in India, with 16 global campuses and 28 schools and preschools across the country, we envisage with what is called as Ek Bharat, Shreshth Bharat. This high day stands tall in the education fraternity as it recognizes the training or the professional courses and the education metal in an educative ambience. Taking no time further, I welcome everybody to this 1 week compulsory training course on the forest-based handicrafts and international trade for the Indian Forest Service officers, beginning from today, that is March 7th to 11th at Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida campus. And it is said that without invoking the blessings of the goddess, nothing in the domain of knowledge can be perceived. So I would request our chief guest for the day, Mr. Bivash Ranjan, IFS, Additional Director General, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Government of India, Dr. S.P. Singh sir, who is Director, Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development, together with the faculty members, to join us for lightening of the lamp. Respected sir, please join us for lightening of the lamp. And this lightening of the lamp will signify the acknowledgement and the blessings. I would request Ms. Twinkle and Kashish to join me in singing of the Saraswati Vandana. Music. Let's have a round of applause for the beautiful singing of the Saraswati Vandana. And with that, we contemplate the glory of the light that illuminates the three worlds, dense, subtle, and causal. Because I am that life giving power, love, radiant enlightenment, and the divine grace of the universal intelligence, we pray for that divine light to illuminate our minds. So, welcome everybody to the 1 week compulsory training course on the forest-based handicrafts and international trade hosted by Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development. Keeping the ball rolling is none other than Director Dr. S.P. Singh Sir, Director of Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development. Dr. Singh is the former Indian Forest Service officer of the 1983 batch of Assam Meghalaya cadre. He retired from the post of Principal Chief Conservator of Forest, Assam Forest Department, and has served on various important assignments and positions in forestry and the wildlife sector in the state of Assam in the Government of India. His special contribution in various wildlife conservation program at UNESCO World Heritage Sites, Manas and Kaziranga Tiger Reserve, Assam, is really one of the highlights of his career. He enlisted the support of the local people as Manas Bandhu for protection of Manas, revival of critically endangered species like pygmy hog, golden langur, and hispid hare in the landscape of Manas biosphere. Dr. Singh served in the Project Tiger, which is now National Tiger Conservation Authority in the Government of India, and served in the Wildlife Institute of India, and pursued his academic career doing his PhD in zoology, MPhil zoology, masters in 4 subjects, and has traveled widely in India and abroad for attending the training programs, study tours, and many other things. Sir superannuated and is presently working as director, Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development at Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, and this 1 week compulsory training program, which is on the topic of forest-based handicrafts and international trade, which is his effort, also promotes Vocal for Local at Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida. Without any further ado, please join me in welcoming Dr. S.P. Singh, IFS retired, to present the welcome address and the theme of the training program. Dr. Singh.
Thank you, Sumitra, for the introductions. So at the outset, on the behalf of our Honorable Founder Presidents, our Dynamic Chancellor, and our Vice Chancellors, and all the faculty, I welcome to the campus of Amity University, Noida. And also the same times, I thanks to the Ministry of Environment to giving this opportunity to conduct the training on this innovative subjects, and also to the state government who are able to depute all of you over here. Friends, I think it is a great privilege for me that even after retirement, I am very much fortunate that I am continuing and interacting with all young forest officers. And I feel myself that that I am during this process, I am learning every day. So the doesn't mean that if you become a PCCF that you know everything. It is but you can learn things every day from different sectors. The aim of this project training also not to give part some kind of all the time the teaching or training, but it is a two-way traffic. The senior forest officer who are coming over here, they have a vast experiences of the field, and I think this is the platform where you can all interact with yourself, as well as the faculty of the Amity University is also highly benefited. There are, you see, let me give you a little background of this training program. I think this is the first training program on this forest-based handicraft. As far as I remember, I think it's the first time has happened with any of the organizations. I used to conduct a training program on other subjects, ecotourism, all that. But this somehow this time government, since I have sent the proposal of ecotourism, also these services, but they have chosen this, and that was very relevant. We have a little experience of here working on the handicrafts. We do conduct every year 4 or 5 number of workshops sponsored by Ministry of Textile, especially for this handicraft purposes. And we invite the large number of artisans for the training program, and that is very much interacting, very much appreciated by the Ministry of Textile. And I think this is the only university which is arranging such type of training program for the artisans. The same time, artists, we also provide the artisans a platform for displaying their exhibitions over here, and that is the really a very motivating factor to them to come over here. And believe it, everybody goes very good amount of earning within 2 or 3 days. This time also I have tried, but then since I came to know that number of participants are coming less, so I have not displayed that. But anyway, Sibat, the one NGO will come, they will display some of their handicrafts things. So that is the important point. Second is that it depends that how we also give a lot of emphasis on the resource persons. We are not interested that all the time we will call say a senior forest officer, nothing like that. You will find if you just see this program, I think there are almost more than 20 resource persons. They are coming from different part of the country, whether you take a Bangalore or Tripura or Bombay, and they are not, some of them are from the organization, some are, they have started the startup of handicraft. So it is a very wide thing. Even some, I have also called very kind of artisans type people. I think probably they will also interact with you. So it is a very mixed kind of resource things which you are going. Now let me make this, how can I can make this training program, though the student, the participants are less, very interacting. The number one, that I need your cooperations. Please kindly be present so that I can feel comfortable when some resource person from outside is coming. That is very important. Second thing, where I have taken that opportunity, since participants are less, so I have invited the faculty of forestry and wildlife and Amity School Nature Resources and others. They will also will be there, and also the student of MBA and forestries are here to get the benefit of this programs. In addition to this, in case there are certain resource persons are not able to come or something like that, I would also like, with your consultations, some field visit one of the places over here, and also want to show that some kind of facilities are available here. Again, let me, I'm pleasure to inform you that I'm also working a linkage with the forest officials and Amity universities to facilitate their student for many things over here. So, and you can also appreciate whether this university is fit or not fit for your ward to get the admission over here. So that is one of the opportunity people is to get. And now with this small things, because I will keep on interacting with you. Usually I do not take any sessions, but this time I'm taking some of the session with you. Otherwise my job is just to making a little bit coordinations. So now with this, I am just ending, and now I would request to kindly introduce yourself to our honorable chief guest of this occasions, giving a little background. Where are you working, or in any way are you involved somewhere with this topic of doing? I feel myself this topic is highly neglected by the forest department. This is my as per informations. I have nothing. My 30 years of services in Assam, I never saw any kind of contribution by the forest department. But I would like to listen from you a little bit, whether are you somewhere are linking with this forest background for our information. So thank you very much with this. And after that, I would request my faculty and student also kindly introduce. Okay. Thank you.
Very good morning, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pradeep Babu. I am main batch of the Indian Forest Service, Armut Kata. And currently faculty at Central Academy State Forest Service, Dehradun. And as sir just mentioned that what is the significance of such subject matter, my place of work. I think we are getting officers there. I think of course it holds great relevance that we show when we tell them about the importance of type of issues which are jungling in that what I said. And it is indeed because it is something very creative area where officers can look forward to work in that direction. And I think this is underestimate itself. So they are primarily focusing on other areas of forestry where this gets our that good. And so I think this type of training, the material which I will be collecting from here and trying to see that because there is subject also of forest utilization in our academic curriculum. So I think with this material which I'll be taking back to the I'll be able to impart it to the ladies and try to tell them the significance of the subject. Actually to hold significance when I go back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to Amity. Would request Madam to introduce yourself.
There's a scarcity of officials there. So many of our working seniors have left us because of the time limit. So the government also extends all this because sir SPC also is so well. I think we should be that active officer in my opinion. So like that. So I have really deep interest in what we are going to study here. I think last year, unfortunately, it was Delta, where Imam and all this, but I've been very eager to this. And in Manipur, we have a lot of, like say, it is a handicraft sector. And we do have all the list of tribal affairs right there. Right there, important which is in but we are focusing on products from the forest. Forest is suitable, like trees and that. And sure, I think that this can be one year, 6 months. Because I try to get back to my state. And one of the top performers is right there. So we are getting very good funding, very continuous flow, and super is forced. Quite a lot of help from the ministry also and ADB whenever fights for financial. So that is my goal. Looking forward to the next 5 years.
Welcome, Roy ma'am, to Amity University. I'll request Meenakshi ma'am to introduce herself.
Good morning, myself Meenakshi.
week I look forward for the trainings. Thank you.
Welcome to Amity Meenakshi ma'am. I would now request Ramesh sir to introduce himself. It's, I think mic is working, sir. Mic is working. Yes, sir, it's working.
चालू नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है। नमस्कार, मेरा नाम आरसी दुग्गा है और मैं 2007 बैच आईएफएस बैच में, और मैं इस समय छत्तीसगढ़ मेडिसिनल प्लांट बोर्ड रायपुर में एडिशनल सीईओ के रूप में पोस्टेड हूँ। और इस सर्विस जर्नी में बहुत से मैं फील्ड में रह करके फॉरेस्ट्री काम किया है, और मैं खास तौर से मैं अपना अनुभव बताना चाहूँगा कि पिछले 2019 में जो लॉकडाउन, पहला लॉकडाउन जो हुआ था, उससे सबक लेकर नेक्स्ट जो लॉकडाउन था उसमें हम लोगों ने खास तौर से छत्तीसगढ़ स्टेट फॉरेस्ट माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस फेडरेशन की ओर से ऐसे समय में खास तौर से आप सभी लोग जानकारी होगा, छत्तीसगढ़ प्रदेश के बस्तर जो एक जोन है वो बहुत ही नक्सली गतिविधियों हेतु संवेदनशील है। लॉकडाउन के दौरान हम लोगों ने माइनर फॉरेस्ट प्रोड्यूस सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स के ओर से के थ्रू बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट्स का खरीदी बिक्री किए। इस दौरान जब सारा मार्केट, सारा एरिया लॉकडाउन में प्रभावित था, तो उनके जो खास तौर से अंदरूनी एरियाओं के वनवासियों का जो वनोपज था उसको समूहों के माध्यम से खरीदी किए, और ये छत्तीसगढ़ ट्राइफेड के साथ में मिलकर पूरे देश में प्रथम स्थान पर रहा है। इस दौरान मेरे जो डिवीजन एरिया में था, अब चूंकि सारे मार्केट दूर दराज के जो क्षेत्र है उसमें जो सारे जो साप्ताहिक बाजार हैं या छोटे छोटे किराने की दुकानें हैं वो सारे बंद हो गए या उनके सारे सामान खत्म हो गए। तो ऐसे कठिन परिस्थिति में वहाँ के जो लोगों के जो दैनिक उपयोगी चीजें हैं वो खत्म होने से बहुत त्राही त्राही की स्थिति पैदा हो गई थी, जिसे हम लोगों ने विशेष प्रयास करके उनकी जो दैनिक चीजें हैं, दैनिक जरूरी चीजें हैं जिसमें नमक है, दाल चावल सब्जियां हैं, इसको हमने पूर्ति किया। अंदरूनी, अब चूंकि वो लॉकडाउन के कारण से कोई दूसरे लोग नहीं जा सकते थे, हमारे व्हीकल्स, हमारे स्टाफ्स ने इन चीजों की पूर्ति किया। उसके बदले में जो है एक्सचेंज नहीं किया, ये गलत मत लीजिएगा इसको, एक्सचेंज नहीं किया, बल्कि जो वनोपज के बदले में जो उनका कीमत बन रहा था उसमें से उनकी आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति, सामग्री की पूर्ति करके एक बेहतरीन ढंग से एक मानव सेवक काम किए थे। ये काफी अच्छा हमारे वन विभाग ने एक अच्छा भूमिका निभाया था। और ये 5 दिन के जो हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स से संबंधित यह प्रशिक्षण होगा, निश्चित रूप से ये आमूल चूल परिवर्तन लाने में मदद रूप हो सकता है। धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद सर। आपको जान के खुशी होगी कि आमिटी विश्वविद्यालय का परिवार छत्तीसगढ़ में भी है, एज आमिटी यूनिवर्सिटी छत्तीसगढ़। वेलकम टू आमिटी। Gokul sir, I would request you to present.
Good morning to all. I am Gokul from Karnataka. I belong to the 1997 batch. I work as additional PCCF and Director Environment in the government of Karnataka. Though I too did many DFOs, but I had one stint of becoming the Executive Director of Karnataka State Handicrafts Development Corporation called Kaveri, which is a branded one in India. We have our showroom even in Delhi. So what has happened is in the year 2008-9, I thought this is one field. I worked in 2 places. One is the Mysore paper mills, That is one mill where we don't concentrate as forest officers, where that becomes the raw material for all our paper that is available. Forest is the base. But unfortunately, that is one sector. I too worked as general manager there. But then another stint when I got one posting as handicrafts, that is in MG Road, if you have come to Bangalore, that Kaveri Emporium in the corner, that garners about 20 lakh turnover every day. That is the turnover. It is about 20-30 crore turnover showroom there. So we have in Hyderabad, Mysore. If you go to Mysore Palace, there is one small Kaveri there also. So that way we have, and sandalwood, of course, is a main one. But unfortunate part, the inner part of the forest department, since I have worked, I just want to tell, the artisans believe they are thieves when they work. They feel that sandal is being stolen by them, and the forest department sees them as thieves. But they live for their livelihood. Now what has happened, the alternative wood that has come today is Shivani. That is Melina arborea. So that is the one that has substituted sandal everywhere in the country. The other one is rosewood. That is also another scheduled tree, which again they feel they are thieves, and they get it from public, and then they are always in the background, and they get hardly any remuneration for what they buy. And believe me, the sandal comes from Australia. The Australian sandal is fully flooded in the Indian market, and what sandal you buy from all the showrooms are all going to Rajasthan, and instead of handicrafts, it has now become a machine-made one, which is being sold in all the most of the showrooms, and their livelihood is gone, and they have left. And there are some more people called goodigards in small places, where our chief minister, also earlier chief minister, was there. There some small pockets of Kumta in the material I saw, it's all written. So the angle at which our forest department looks at artisans is like thieves. So that change can come with such exposure of such trainings. I believe this is one of its kind, where I have not seen this thing. So this interested me to come. Otherwise, coming from Karnataka for this training was not that great, since I've already worked. But then I thought it is a eye opener, and I believe this will also have its effect, maybe in more number of trainings. And as I see, there is also an online mode. I would wish that even if now participants are willing to come online for the same training here, it would benefit them also, if it is possible. With this, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to Amity. Dr. Vinay Gupta, sir.
Good morning to all. I am Dr. Vinay Gupta, 1993 batch IFS, Assam cadre, presently posted at additional PCCF in the headquarters. I belong to UP state only, and I have done my MPhil and PhD in botany from Meerut University, which is now Chaudhary Charan Singh University, Meerut. And as you all know that Northeast is very famous for handicraft. There in every village, there are many persons which they produce handicraft of bamboo and timber. We are working with the people through JFM and Eco Development Committee, and this training program, which is on forest-based handicraft, I'm sure we will learn many techniques, and it will help to guide the people for value addition and marketing, and how they can sell the product in the market. So all the best for the training.
Welcome to Amity, sir. Mr. Anand.
Good morning to all, and special good morning to our SP Singh sir. And only for Mr. SP Singh sir, I have come to this training. Though I don't reach on time, anyway, I have come, sir. I am Anand. I am 2003 batch IFS Assam cadre, and I am posted as CCF Social Forestry, and additional charge as Resident Commissioner Assam Bhavan at Chennai, Vellore, and Bangalore. And also recently, one more additional charge as the Managing Director, Assam Mineral Development Corporation. So with regard to this handicraft and this thing, when I was DFO Nagaon, I made one handicraft production center, that is bamboo handicraft production center, and at two places, Naugaon and Tezpur. But the problem here is everybody, they don't come to government. Everybody having their own skill, they do on their own, and integration is the problem. And once the DFO goes out, the Handicraft Production Center is locked, and then it is lying idle. So like government has to pull up these people, and actually we cannot spoon feed them, and we cannot keep on pulling them. So some kind of integration should be there, and even artisans, they have their own skills, and they supply to IKEA and all these kind of things, but through government they don't. So we need, we also need to refine ourselves and then progress further, and look forward for some real inputs from here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Welcome to Amity.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Chitra Bhattacharya. I'm 2018 IFS batch, presently posted as DFO Kalimpong. Where I work, it is one of the main industries. There is basically tourism and a lot of selling of orchids, flowers, and everything. There is a huge amount of scope where we can integrate the normal people with even people living outside forest areas with handicrafts, and that makes me especially interested in this seminar. I hope to learn a few things from this. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to Amity. I will now request faculty members of Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development to introduce themselves.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Maya Kumari, working as Assistant Professor in Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development under the guidance of Dr. S.P. Singh, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very warm greetings to everyone. I am Richa Sharma, working with the Department of Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development under the able guidance of Dr. S.P. Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Lolita, ma'am, can you introduce yourself? You can speak.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Lolita Pradhan. I'm working as Assistant Professor in AS and RSD, and I'm looking after the forestry aspect of the subject. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Alka Maurya. I'm working as professor with MIT International Business School. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Of Forestry and Wildlife, and I'm mostly involved in genetics and all these things. So I'm also teaching this how we can apply genetics to improve the plant and forestry and all these things.
Hello, I'm Dr. Bobby Murkonsu. I'm working as an assistant professor in the MIT Institute of Forestry and Wildlife.
Let's start the students of PhD scholars, MBA, and MSc Forestry, because he has to go.
Okay, our chief guest has to leave. So let's have a round of applause to welcome each other. Welcome everybody to this training program, and welcome everybody to Amity University. Well, ladies and gentlemen, moving with the flow of the program schedule, it's a pleasure to have the online presence of Dr. William Selvamurthy sir with us. Dr. W. Selvamurthy sir is an Indian scientist and currently working with Amity University as President of Amity Science, Technology and Innovation Foundation and Director General for Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation. He has previously served as Chief Controller Research and Development, Life Sciences and International Cooperation at Defense Research and Development Organization for the Indian government. A vast array of the awards that sir has received includes the Atma Swasthya Shri 2012 National Award for Science and Technology Innovations by the Prime Minister, prize named after academician Mirsaid Mira Kimau for contribution to high altitude medicine. Sir is also the recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award from none other than the then President Shri APJ Abdul Kalam ji, and is also the recipient of ICMR National Award Shakuntala Amirchand Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dr. W. Selvamurthy sir for his address. Over to you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Suchita. A very good morning to all the very distinguished officers of the Indian Forest Services, which is the most prestigious civil services organization in the country today. Let me have a pleasure of welcoming on behalf of Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, the Chancellor, Dr. Atul Chauhan, and also the Vice Chancellor, Dr. Balvinder Shukla, and on my own behalf, I welcome our chief guest today, Mr. Bivash Ranjan IFS, a very distinguished forest officer who has rendered more than 3 decades of yeoman service to the country in various capacities. So Ranjanji, your presence here is reassuring that we will have to dedicate ourselves with a little more commitment to give more to IFS, Indian Forest Services. We assure you on behalf of the Amity Group that we will do all our best to contribute to your mission in Indian Forest Services. The additional DG of Ministry of Environment, Forests and Climate Change, he has brought new paradigm in this ministry, and he has taken many new initiatives both in the forestry as well as addressing the action plans for the country for the climate change through the forestry and wildlife. So this is a very great initiative which he has done. Thank you so much for personally coming. I'm sorry that I was not there personally to receive you today. We have other commitments. But however, I'll meet you soon. But I'll be interacting with your officers tomorrow in person. I'll be meeting, having a cup of tea with them. So I also welcome all the very distinguished officers who have joined us, 10 of them here and some of them online. So thank you so much for your gracious presence here. This training program of 5 days is going to be very, very valuable. The way Dr. S.P. Singh, the director of Amity School of Natural Resources Sustainable Development, he has brought the experts, designed the course content in such a way, it'll be very interactive because all of you are experts. It is not that only you are going to learn, but we will learn from you. The resource speakers will learn from you because you have that kind of rich experience, diversity. When I heard through your introduction, all of you are great achievers coming to this level. I have a very close association with forestry because my father-in-law was Mr. K. Andiyappan, IFS. He was in the Tamil Nadu cadre as the conservator of forests in 1969. He retired. He worked with Britishers. So I have a family connection with forest department because my father-in-law is an IFS. So I have seen him, how uprightly he worked in this forest department, taking care of the tribals, taking care of the local people there, and also helping them in economic development. And during Nehru's time, he was there, and Kamaraj was the chief minister at that time. So I have seen him working through his memoirs with Britishers. So Andiyappan IFS is a great icon in the field, so I belong to that. Then when I was in DRDO, I worked with Forest Department because we had agriculture, 3 agricultural lab, and also in lake, greening of lake, we did by willows and poplar. Willows and poplar, we propagated this through the forest department where DRDO was involved in greening of lake, where I was there as one of the directors of the lab, life sciences lab. So I have a very good connection. I know the life of the people living in the jungle, living with people and working for the country. So my salutations to all of you, the Indian Forest Services officers. I must also appreciate Dr. S.P. Singh. He's also an IFS, very distinguished IFS officer who has brought a new dimension of our curricular as well as research activities in the domain of the natural resources, sustainable development, forestry, wildlife, in all this domain. After his joining here, there is a new paradigm in Amity Group. So thank you, Dr. SP, and thanks for bringing such valuable connect with the very prestigious IFS officers. I must also thank the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change for giving this opportunity. We have organized many, many programs, and I am sure we are all looking forward to serve you more and contribute in your capacity building, research contributions, and also the academic programs and training programs we'll organize in a larger manner, now offline. So we will be physically hosting you here. Now, why is this theme? Why is this theme is important today? Forest itself is very important because you people are the lung, you are protecting the lung of the humanity, the lung of our country, the forest, which is giving oxygen to us and taking care of the climate resilience, pollution. It has got so many things. It gives medicine, it gives food, it gives fuel, and it gives also life to the people. So that is why you are important. You are protecting that the prana of our life in India through the forest services. So my salutation to all of you. Now, this particular theme, why we selected, see, in the Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji has set a target. We should become a $5 trillion economy. And from 2.8 to 5 is a big jump. So every ministry has to contribute. Forestry has to contribute. So that is why the handicrafts, which is one of the very important foreign trade for us, not only in the Indian market, but foreign market, when the foreigners come, and we also export such the jewelries and the bamboo, wooden based, so many things handicrafts items we export. So this will also contribute to that $5 trillion economy, which for our Honorable Prime Minister has set in. The wooden handicrafts, as was mentioned by some of the participants here during the introduction, sandalwood, rosewood, and also pine, the pines, and also the trees which grows in the alpine climate, they serve as the raw material for this wooden handicrafts. So, but then when we are taking it out, how do we replenish them? This is sustainable development. So that is where I would like the forest officers to look at how do we promote the sustainable development when we are removing some of the branches, trees. How do we plant more trees of this, like sandalwood, rosewood? If Australian variety is the best one, why not we bring that species? Try to domesticate here, try to bring it, indigenize it, adopt it to our environment, agroclimatic environment, and then bring that. If that is the species which is giving, I'm sure we have all climates in India, all agroclimatic environment ecosystem here. So why not we bring such varieties which is globally acclaimed in terms of the wooden handicrafts? Let us cultivate here and then bring it now. Tissue culture, genome engineering, so many technologies are available today. So we will be able to adapt transgenics. So we will be able to adapt all these technologies to domesticate even the foreign varieties over here. Now, these bamboos is yet another very important wooden handicrafts. Bamboo material is used in many things, including the artisans' tools. We should give. We should look at Amity and develop such things. Singh Saab, SP Singh, we should now look at how do we support these artisans who are involved in this handicrafts as a profession, as a livelihood, that how do we give them the enabling mechanisms, tools, and we can even look at the policies. Is it conducive? Like it was mentioned, the artisans are treated like thieves when they take away the sandalwood. But then how do we change such policies so that it is positively looked for a sustainable development goal? Now, coming to the design and varieties, can we help our fashion design group in Amity? We have Amity Institute of Fashion Design. Can we give such support to the people? So even in the handicrafts, we bring varieties using computer designs. So such things, and also quality assurance and quality control. That is important if we have to look at the export market in a big way. So we should also give such kind of support, and also good manufacturing practice, supply chain, and certification is very important. If you have to have quality control, certification. So what needs to be done? So let us look at finally my message to all of you. It's a big opportunity for us to be together in 5 days in Amity group. First, build synergy among yourselves, because this is an occasion for you to meet as this batch of officers, IFS officers meeting together, exchange knowledge among yourselves with the IFS, and also with our faculties and students. That's why we have brought our own faculties. They will be immensely benefited by the deliberations. So we want to learn from you, share knowledge, build synergy. Mission Connect, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, the founder president, who has built this whole Amity universe today. He is also seeing your program online. And his mission is that we should build a nation which will be a lighthouse. Vishwa Guru. India should become Vishwa Guru, the knowledge superpower and global superpower. How do we do that? Each one of us have to contribute. So your presence here, we want to connect with you in a sustainable manner for long term. Once you have come to Amity, you are an Amitian. So we would like to benefit with your rich experience. So Singh Saab will make a connect with all of you, and we will keep constantly interacting, not only during the 5 days, but even after that. we want to contribute to your mission. So mission synergy is very important. Mission outcome. See, you are spending 5 days, man hours, 10 people, 10 officers, and all of us here. Then that should be a fruitful outcome for each one of you. And also fruitful outcome for the country as well as to us, Amitians. So what is that? We will be eagerly looking at what will be the outcome of this 5 days training program. And I would be there at the valedictory personally to have a feedback from you. So with this, I once again welcome each and every one of you. As was mentioned, in Chhattisgarh, we have Amity University, and where I am the chancellor. And we can connect with the Tryford, the Chhattisgarh Medical Plant Board. We are already connected with Amity University Chhattisgarh, but we want to expand. The IFS officer, the Chief Conservator of Forest, the Principal Chief Conservator of Forest was mentioning that Amity University is contributing to tribal development, to also have their development, economic development, thereby the alienation will decrease and the terrorism will decrease. So we are in fact looking forward to that kind of interface with all of you. Once again, I welcome all of you here, particularly our chief guest today, Mr. Bivash Ranjanji. Thank you very much for being with us, and it's a great blessing for Amity, your gracious presence over here. And have a wonderful day ahead and have a fruitful outcome from this 5 days training program. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. W. Sallamurthy, sir. Let's have a round of applause for sir. Thank you so much, sir. I take a pick from your speech and talk about the $5 trillion economy of our country. This training program, which is a one-week compulsory training course for the IFS officers on the topic forest-based handicrafts and international trade, is in alignment with our Honorable Prime Minister's vision of making India a global economic powerhouse by the year 2024-25, and also in alignment with our Honorable Founder President's vision of making India a knowledge superpower. Ladies and gentlemen, it's said that the great art picks up where creativity ends, and this training program is actually a blend of creativity and great art. Credit goes to Dr. S.P. Singh, sir, with the blessings of our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a proud privilege to have amongst us none other than our leader of the Amity University, who is none other than our very Honorable Vice Chancellor, Madam, Professor Dr. Balvinder Shukla, ma'am, who, having more than 3 decades of rich scholarly experience, both in industry and academia, Madam is a professor of entrepreneurship, leadership, IT, and presently the Vice Chancellor of Amity University, Uttar Pradesh, Noida. Honorable Madam has been one of the key team members spearheading and instrumental in the exponential growth of Amity Group in the area of higher education. Madam Vice Chancellor has been our guiding light and a source of continuous inspiration for all of us. Madam is an excellent administrator, and Madam leads us with her example of being great in academics. Madam is one who has polished and nurtured each faculty of Amity University towards excellence. It is with great pride and delight and with great respect that we are welcoming Madam Vice Chancellor for her address. Over to you, respected Madam. Ma'am, you're on mute. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sumitra. Our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Bivash Ranjan, IFS Additional Director General, Ministry of Forest, Environment, Forest and Climate Change. My esteemed colleagues, Dr. D.K. Bandyopadhyay, Dr. Sallamurthy, and Professor S.P. Singh, and all the participants from the Indian Forest Service officers. First of all, I, on behalf of Honorable Founder President, Honorable Chancellor, and all the deans and my personal behalf, I extend very warm welcome to all of you for the one-week compulsory training program on the forest-based handicrafts and international trade for the IFS officers. And I'm very happy that this training program is being organized by our Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development. And this institution has in the past organized several programs for the IFS officers. And this particular program, what I understand, no other institution or organization have organized as the ASNRD is organizing this program for the IFS officers. So I would congratulate Professor S.P. Singh and his entire team for putting such a program for the benefit of the officers, as well as enhancing the international trade of forest-based handicrafts. Because the forest-based handicrafts are the most important alternative traditional employment for the forest-based people, which contribute significantly to earning for the livelihood of for many generations. And also the handicraft sector plays a significant and important role in the country's economy. It provides the employment of vast segment of craft persons in rural and semi-urban areas and generates substantial foreign exchange for the country while preserving its culture and heritage. And also the handicrafts has a great potential as they hold the key to sustaining not only the existing set of millions of artisans spread over length and breadth of the country, but also for the increasing large number of new entrants in the craft activities. And, the Honorable Supreme Court of India in Louis Shopping case, Ministry of Textiles has given the definition of the handicrafts as the items or products produced through skills that are manual without mechanical or electrical or other processes which appeal to the eyes due to the characteristics of being artistic and aesthetic or creative or ethnic or being representative of culture or religion or social symbol of practices, whether traditional or contemporary. These items or product may or may not have a functional utility and can be used as a decorative items or gifts. And therefore, this also comes under the MSME sector. So Ministry of Textile has also taken a lot of initiative and they have recognized the potential of the handicraft sector and developed the independent policy and various schemes on handicrafts of India for effectively addressing the key needs and gaps of handicraft sector. Export Promotion Council for the Handicrafts, Ministry of Textile is established with an objective to promote, support, protect, maintain, and increase the export of the handicrafts. It is an apex body of the handicraft exporters for the promotion of exports of handicrafts from country and projecting India's image abroad as a reliable supplier of high quality of handicraft goods and services, and ensured various measures keeping in view the observance of national and international standards and specifications. And especially in all the handicrafts, the wood-based handicrafts are the most important component of all handicraft products, and where the export revenue share of the wood-based handicrafts is close to 40% of the total handicrafts industry. However, it has also been, recognized that the export of wood crafts has adversely affected for export to some of the countries like USA or European countries due to non-availability of certified wood in India. And though this problem has now been solved to a great extent through implementation of EPCH Vriksha scheme, that is the timber legality assessment and the verification standard. So I'm sure that by solving this problem, the international trade of the handicraft products will enhance further. And I'm sure this training program will definitely benefit all the officers and who will come up with the innovative ways and the schemes to promote the handicraft, forest-based handicrafts for international trade. Dr. Murthy has our President STF and the Chancellor of Amity University, Chhattisgarh, has already elaborated at great length and how our the group of the institutions are promoting and helping the artisans, for building the strong handicraft ecosystem. And as I also the Amity University has created a network of natural products. So the wood products definitely comes under that, and Dr. Murthy is greatly taking interest in that. And so with this, I will once again extend very warm welcome to all the participants for the 1 week capacity building training program. And we will look forward for your feedback and for your suggestions that what kind of the training program in future we should be planning and conducting for the benefit of the for the forest officers. With this, I congratulate also Professor S.P. Singh once again that every time bringing a very topical and important the training program, an important theme and the topic which is directly benefit of the participants. And so my many congratulations and wish all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for Madam Vice Chancellor. Madam, thank you so much for your enlightening words. And with that, I also remember Dominic Ingres, who once said that the nature of the masterpieces is not to dazzle, because the nature is to persuade and to convince and to enter into our pores. And here we align with our Honorable Prime Minister's dream of making India a $5 trillion economy by the year 2024-25, and in alignment with our Honorable Founder President's vision of making India a knowledge superpower. Thank you so much, Madam, for your wonderful address. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a proud privilege to have our chief guest, Mr. Bivash Ranjan Sir, IFS, Additional Director General, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, New Delhi, Government of India amongst us today. Mr. Ranjan is an IFS of the 1989 batch from the UP cadre. Sir has served on the various posts in Uttar Pradesh Forest Department and Government of India, having vast experience in the field-based forestry and social forestry, especially in the forest landscape in the state Tarai, Bhawar, Himalaya, Ravenous, Central Uttar Pradesh, Vindhyas as a forester. As a mission director, 22 crore saplings plantations were done in a day in a very precise planning and executed by none other than Mr. Ranjan. As state mission director, Sir has also handled the bamboo mission and has laid a new vision for its consumption and marketing. As biological STP is a hallmark for sewer treatment sustainability, got established in New Delhi, functional in Agra, and altogether new experiment was developed under Sir, and he developed that ecotourism site. He has promoted many sites, especially under Ramsar Convention Uttar Pradesh. 1 to 10 sites in a year is declared as authorized officer in the state wetland authority. As deputy DGF, Sir was given the charge of 3 additional IROs during the pandemic, where he excelled in the disposal of the cases. Sir has worked in different landscapes in different committees in the Government of India, and Sir is now spearheading as Additional Director General in the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Please welcome Mr. Bivash Ranjan IFS with a huge round of applause. Over to you, respected sir, for your address.
Sumitra, can we just close that door? Can we close the door behind you? Lock it. Yeah, thank you.
Sir, that is also working, sir. Yeah. Yes.
Good morning, friends. Respected the President of the University, Chancellor of the University, Vice Chancellor of the University, Madam, Dr. Singh, and my fellow colleagues who's participating in this workshop, the faculty of the Amity, the students of the Amity. Indeed, it's a great pleasure for me to touch upon the topics which is really needed for the hour. While I was sitting with a cup of tea in the lounge today, one of the participants said, topic is very interesting. I think, Roy, yes, topic is very interesting. When we see the handicraft, the word being used since 3000 BC, since Indus Valley civilizations, not today's words. So in present scenario, that handicraft is still traveling a long distance. Few times back, one of the participants has quoted, the handicraft has been taken over by the machine craft. Yes, now it is the need of the hour to change the handicraft to hando machine craft. How? Rajasthan is being quoted here. Sandalwood is being transported to Rajasthan and the handicraft is made by the machines. That is why the Rajasthan is #1 in the country as a handicraft state. So basically, promotions of wooden handicrafts, how it can be possible and how the international trade can be facilitated further. No international trade can be possible of illegally felled timbers. No international trade can be facilitated. Means the only legal timber handicraft is suitable for the export. आप फैकल्टीज यहाँ के जो हैं वो अभी आपको स्टैटिस्टिक्स, पॉलिसीज, बुकलेट्स, इंफॉर्मेशंस प्रोवाइड करेंगे. मैं दो चीज कहना चाहूंगा. एग्जिम पॉलिसी में हम एक्सपोर्ट किसको प्रमोट करते हैं? टिम्बर के रेफरेंस में. एग्जिम पॉलिसीज में इंपोर्ट ऑफ टिम्बर इज फ्री, बट एक्सपोर्ट ऑफ टिम्बर इज लिस्टेड इन द नेगेटिव लिस्ट. मतलब हम लॉग्स को एक्सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकते, बट टिम्बर प्रोडक्ट्स को एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं अगर उसमें वैल्यू एडिशन 200% हो, 200% या मोर हो, सो दैट जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन का सेगमेंट है वो हमारी कंट्री में. पहला चीज है. दूसरा चीज है लीगली प्रोक्योर्ड टिम्बर. व्हाट इज लीगली प्रोक्योर्ड टिम्बर? यहां एक गैप है जिसको हम फॉरेस्टर्स को समझने की जरूरत है. यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड, आज की डेट में हमारे कंट्रीज में लीगली प्रोक्योर्ड टिम्बर व्हिच इज सूटेबल फॉर द एक्सपोर्ट is available only in Uttar Pradesh. Can you believe it? It is true. क्यों? केवल स्टेट ऑफ उत्तर प्रदेश है जिसके सारे जंगल, सारे फॉरेस्ट एरियाज फॉरेस्ट्री स्टीवर्ड काउंसिल से सर्टिफाइड हैं. जो भी प्रोक्योरमेंट हो रहा है, जो भी हार्वेस्टिंग हो रहा है, जो भी हम मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं, वह मार्केटिंग सर्टिफाइड टिम्बर का हो रहा है. इसलिए जितने भी बड़े बड़े एक्सपोर्ट हाउसेस हैं सब अपने टिम्बर प्रोक्योरमेंट हमारे यहाँ से करते हैं, यूपी से करते हैं. इसका मतलब हुआ कि पहली आवश्यकता है अगर इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में आना है तो हमें सर्टिफाइड टिम्बर अपने पास रखना होगा. ऐसा नहीं कि हमारा कर्नाटका का जंगल खराब है, असम का जंगल खराब है, सारे फॉरेस्ट अच्छे हैं बट सर्टिफाइड नहीं है. Certification takes a cost, and this cost is borne by the State Forest Corporation in UP. Now, since the royalty is being paid by the State Forest Corporation to the department, ऐसे केस में क्या होता है जब रॉयल्टी वो पे करते हैं तो सर्टिफिकेशन का कॉस्ट वो बेयर करते हैं. तो पहली आवश्यकता इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड के लिए है कि हम अपने टिम्बर को सर्टिफाई करें या कराएं, ताकि हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स इंटरनेशनल मार्केट के लिए सूटेबल हो। फर्स्ट रिक्वायरमेंट। सेकेंड रिक्वायरमेंट, वुडन क्राफ्ट। वुडन क्राफ्ट हमारे पास है क्या, हम एक्सपोर्ट करते क्या हैं, अभी तक क्या कर रहे हैं? हम पेपर एंड पल्प करते हैं एक्सपोर्ट्स, कुछ सैंडल प्रोडक्ट्स भी करते हैं एक्सपोर्ट। सैंडल प्रोडक्ट्स में हमारा एक्सपोर्ट केवल और केवल सैंडलवुड ऑयल का होता है, परफ्यूमरीज के लिए, क्योंकि उसमें वैल्यू एडिशन है, इसलिए वो एक्सपोर्ट होता है। रेड सैंडलवुड करते हैं एज ए म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, जो कि बहुत ही खराब शेप में जाता है। हमारे पास हैंडीक्राफ्ट में कुछ फर्नीचर हम भेज पा रहे हैं, बट देयर इज अ लार्ज स्कोप। इन गैप्स को कैसे फिलअप करें, पहले वुडक्राफ्ट को कैसे और हम डिजाइन करें, और इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड को हम कैसे, उनके जो बॉटलनेक्स हैं उसको हम दूर करें। जो मेजर इंपोर्टर कंट्री है हमारे प्रोडक्ट्स का, यो यूएस है, जर्मनी है, यूके है, फ्रांस है, मतलब मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द अमेरिकन कंट्रीज एंड यूरोपियन कंट्रीज है। कैन यू बिलीव दैट व्हाट दे इंपोर्ट? यूके इज इंपोर्टिंग सिंपल बेंच, वुडन बेंच फ्रॉम यूपी। एक अमरोहा में एक यूनिट है जो एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट है। मैं चाहूंगा कि जो कोर्स डिजाइन करें तो इस तरह के एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट्स पे भी विजिट कराएं। एक अकबर फर्नीचर्स है, दे प्रोक्योर sawlogs from the forest department, make the sawlog into benches and export it. इसका मतलब है ये भी वुडन क्राफ्ट हुआ जो हम एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं, बट वो sawlog सस्टेनेबली डेवलप्ड और मैनेज्ड फॉरेस्ट से निकला हो, जो सर्टिफाइड हो। ठीक उसके बगल में एक दूसरा यूनिट है जो मैंगो ट्रीज के या मैंगोज के टिम्बर से बनाए हुए वुडन फर्नीचर्स को एक्सपोर्ट करता है। वाई मैंगो? और वो मैंगो ट्रीज भी हमारे जंगल से निकले हुए मैंगो ट्रीज को के टिम्बर को प्रोक्योर करता है, सो दैट टिम्बर अगेन इज एक्सट्रैक्टिंग फ्रॉम द सर्टिफाइड फॉरेस्ट। हमारे सोशल फॉरेस्ट्री एरिया के भी सारे एरियाज सर्टिफाइड हैं, और मैंगो ट्रीज का जो टिम्बर होता है उसका ग्रेन्स व्हाइट है, उस पर कोई भी कलर आप दे सकते हैं, आसानी से उसमें ग्रोविंग हो सकती है। टेक द केस ऑफ सहारनपुर, अगेन फर्नीचर, शीशम। अब शीशम का ट्रेड, इंटरनेशनल ट्रेडिंग हमारी बंद हो गई है, क्योंकि शीशम जब साइट्रस में आ गया, देन वी आर अनेबल टू ट्रेड दिस शीशम फर्नीचर्स। नाउ अगेन वी आर ट्राइंग टू गेट इट रिलैक्स्ड ऑन द साइट्रस। आज हमारी शायद मीटिंग हो रही है फ्रांस में, इस इशूज पर भी शायद बात होगी। तो मेरा कहना है कि पहला चीज है, वुडन क्राफ्ट में हम इसलिए आगे बढ़ सकते हैं कि लो कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट है, अबंडेंस ऑफ ह्यूमन रिसोर्सेस हमारे पास है, और मैक्सिमम वैल्यू एडिशंस हैं। अगर इन तीन पार्ट को हम क्लब कर दें तो हमारे पास वुडन क्राफ्ट्स बढ़ जाएंगे। बट इट हैज टू मार्केट्स अगेन, डोमेस्टिक मार्केट एज वेल एज इंटरनेशनल मार्केट। हियर वी हैव कम फॉर द इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड। अभी हम जब तक कि हमारा डोमेस्टिक मार्केट पूरा सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होगा, तब तक आप इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड पे नहीं जाएंगे, और इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड के लिए हमारे पास लिमिटेशंस हैं, इंडिकेटर्स हैं, उसमें आपको अपने आप को फिट इन करना पड़ेगा। हाउ? नाउ अगेन इट इज द फॉरेस्टर हु कैन डिसाइड, हु कैन थिंक ऑफ। आई एम कोटिंग वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल अगेन हियर, शायद ये ज्यादा बेहतर लगेगा। यूपी हैज स्टार्टेड अ न्यू प्रोग्राम, वन डिस्ट्रिक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट schemes, ODOP. What they do? एक किसी डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कोई स्पेसिफिक प्रोडक्ट्स जो वहां के लिए उपयोगी था, उसके नाम से जाना जाता था, उसमें 5 चीजें की उसने। फर्स्ट, कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग किया वहां के कारीगरों का, आर्टिजन्स का। नंबर 2, उसकी ब्रांडिंग कराई। नंबर 3, उसकी मार्केटिंग कराई। नंबर 4, उसकी फाइनेंसिंग कराई। नंबर 5, उसको इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोजर दिया। तो ओडीओपी में क्या किया, जैसे एग्जांपल के तौर पर एक गाना सुनते होंगे बरेली के बारे में, झुमका का। इट इज नॉट ए न्यू थिंग, लोग गाना गाते थे, सुनते थे, फिल्म में देखते थे, बट द लोकल पार्ट वाज कि वहां झुमका के अलावा और कोई दूसरे आइटम भी बनते थे। वहां के आर्टिजन्स को कलेक्ट किया गया, उनको प्रमोट किया, गवर्नमेंट ने सपोर्ट किया, उनको ट्रेन किया, उनके लिए वहां मेला लगाया। और आज भी एक मेला यहाँ लगा हुआ है नोएडा में। हमने रिक्वेस्ट किया सिंह साहब से कि आप इनको, हमारे सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को एक्सपोज करें। वो सरस मेला है जिसमें यूपी के हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स के अलावा पूरे कंट्री के हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स के आइटम्स लगे हुए हैं। उससे क्या हुआ कि आपको एक प्लेटफॉर्म के साथ साथ कैपेसिटी एनहांसमेंट भी हुआ। लॉन्ग बैक 20-25 years back I was at Pilibhit as DFO. जब मेरा वहां से ट्रांसफर हुआ तो मुझे, जब आदमी जाता है कहीं से तो उसको एक मोमेंटो दिया जाता है। हमें 2 फ्लूट्स दिया गया, बड़े अच्छे फ्लूट से। तो मैंने पूछा ये फ्लूट्स क्यों, ना मुझे बजाने आता है, ना कभी मैंने मार्केट में देखा है, व्हाई? Then I was shocked to listen कि Pilibhit is known for the productions of the flute in the country. That is the best market available in the world. Best market. फिर मेरा दूसरा प्रश्न था, there is no bamboo. कहाँ से बनाते हैं ये? बोला ये सब सारे बैम्बू आसाम से आते हैं। See the linkages. Raw material आसाम से, artisans Pilibhit में, market बाहर। This opened my eyes how it is happening. So one of the program which can be thought of, can ODOP be replicated, or like this can be replicated in other states? This is one example. The second example I'm quoting again, bamboo. We are talking about a lot about bamboos. I happens to be the state mission director of the in the states, UP. My cadre is UP. The phase 2 of the mission stipulates, इसमें 5 चीजों को दिया गया है। प्लांटेशंस एक पार्ट है, क्वालिटी प्लांटिंग आप करेंगे, प्रोडक्शन होगा रॉ मटेरियल। नंबर 2, आप कॉमन फैसिलिटी सेंटर ओपन करेंगे, नंबर उसको फिक्स कर दिया गया। नंबर 3, इसकी मार्केटिंग के लिए फेयर लगाने की बात कही गई। नंबर 4, इसको ई मार्केट पोर्टल पर भी आने के लिए कहा गया। हर एक स्टेट में बैम्बू मिशन है ऑलमोस्ट, और मध्य प्रदेश और महाराष्ट्र को छोड़ के, त्रिपुरा और आसाम को छोड़ के, ये 4 स्टेट के अलावा 5वां स्टेट इसमें प्रमोट नहीं कर पाया अपने आप को इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में या नेशनल ट्रेड में भी। क्यों? क्योंकि हम सभी फील्ड में क्या करते हैं, प्लांटेशंस करना है, कर दिया प्लांटेशंस, उसके प्रोडक्ट निकलेंगे या नहीं निकलेंगे पता नहीं, उसकी मार्केटिंग, उसके लिंकेजेस को हम डिसाइफर नहीं कर पाते। मैंने असम से 2-3 और स्टेट से मैंने कुछ एक्सपर्ट्स को बुलाया। मैंने पहले अपने आप को इनरिच किया। मैं एक एग्जांपल साइट कर रहा हूं ताकि शायद इंटरनेशनल एक्सपोर्ट में उसको हम उस ढंग से विजुअलाइज करें। विजय हमारे मित्र हैं, हमारे बैचमेट हैं, इन्होंने इको टूरिज्म में काफी प्रमोट और एक्सेल किया था जंगल लॉजेस में। उसी पैटर्न पे हमने सीएफसी को हमें 5 जगह देना था, सहारनपुर, बरेली, गोरखपुर, मिर्जापुर, झांसी। हाउ वी प्लान ऑन दैट? सबसे पहले मैंने मिर्जापुर का प्लान किया। मिर्जापुर में एक मंदिर है, विंध्यवासिनी देवी मंदिर है, और वाराणसी में मंदिर है लॉर्ड शिवा का। इन दोनों मंदिरों में बांस की टोकरी में प्रसाद चढ़ते हैं, और हमारे पास मिर्जापुर में डेंस फॉरेस्ट है, बैम्बू का डेंस फॉरेस्ट है। हम बैम्बू एक्सट्रैक्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं क्योंकि एक्सट्रैक्शन कॉस्ट एक बैम्बू का 3 रुपये पड़ता है, और सेलिंग ऑफ द बैम्बू जब कॉर्पोरेशन उसको ऑक्शंस करती है तो 82 पैसा पड़ता है। देयर इज अ लॉस। तो हमारा जंगल खराब हो रहा है, आर्टिजन को बांस मिल नहीं रहा है, हमने जंगल को ऐसे छोड़ दिया। बैम्बू इज प्रोन फॉर द फॉरेस्ट फायर। तो सीएफसी एस्टैब्लिश किया, और हमने कहा कि यहाँ दोनों मंदिर के ट्रस्ट से हम बात करते हैं, वी कैन टैग द मार्केटिंग पार्ट, कि क्या आप हमारे CFC द्वारा बनाए गए टोकरी, बांस की टोकरी छोटी छोटी जिसमें प्रसाद अब चढ़ता है, उसको आप सेल कर सकते हैं या ले सकते हैं? उन्होंने कहा हम ले लेंगे। And the quantum said was 20 lakhs small basket for a month. और वहां के लोग क्या बनाते थे? छोटी टोकरी नहीं बनाते थे, वो बड़ा बड़ा डलिया बनाते थे। तो हमने CFC में उनकी ट्रेनिंग कराई और हमने कहा कि ये 10 हेक्टेयर का फॉरेस्ट है, इस 10 हेक्टेयर के फॉरेस्ट के बैम्बू हम आपको देते हैं, सब्जेक्ट टू इम्प्रूवमेंट ऑफ दैट 10 हेक्टेयर्स फॉरेस्ट। आप इससे बांस काटिए भी, निकालिए भी, इसको इम्प्रूव भी कीजिए, ताकि हमारा CFC भी चले, मंदिर की का भी डिमांड पूरा हो। और कैपेसिटी CFC में क्या किया कि हमने उसके बांस को स्मूथन करने के लिए, टोकरी बनाने के लिए उस तरह के मशीन्स को वहां उपलब्ध करा दिया। रिजल्ट क्या हुआ? जो वहां की इकोनॉमी, जो बैम्बू बेस्ड आर्टिजन्स थे, जो चले गए थे, जो काम नहीं करते थे, जिसका दूसरा काम हो गया था, थेफ्ट में, इलीगल ट्रेड में इन्वॉल्व हो गए थे, माइनिंग में इन्वॉल्व हो गए थे, वो सब उसमें इन्वॉल्व हो गए। तो मेरा ये कहना है कि हम ट्रेड को लोकल नीड्स के हिसाब से अगर हम डेवलप करेंगे तो ग्रेजुअली ये ट्रेड अपने आप इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में कन्वर्ट होगा। एंड सेकेंडली, जो सब्सिक्वेंट हमारे दूसरे CFC थे, मैंने उसको असम से लिंक करके एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड प्रोडक्ट्स पहले मार्केट में एक्सप्लोर किया। ई पोर्टल पर हमने उसकी मार्केटिंग कॉस्ट देखी और 3-4 ऐसे स्टार्टअप्स को हमने प्रमोट कर दिया कि आप सीधे हमसे लीजिए, बैम्बू रॉ मटेरियल लीजिए, ये आर्टिजन्स हैं, आप मार्केटियर्स हैं, आप एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, इन चारों को टैग कर दिया, आप अपना काम कीजिए। बट शुरू में हमको कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग करना पड़ा। तो देयर आर न्यू अरीनाज वेयर वी ऑल फॉरेस्टर्स हैव टू फाइंड इट आउट, ये एरिना क्या हो सकता है। जैसे अभी मैं छत्तीसगढ़ गया था, मैं भी शेयर कर रहा था आपसे मिस्टर डुग्गा। सरगुजा में एक विलेज में मैं गया था, वहां एक ट्राइबल में कोऑपरेटिव्स बना रखा था। उन्होंने एक छोटा सा बैग में सारे स्पाइसेस को पैक करके दिया। मैंने पूछा ये स्पाइसेस कहाँ से हुए? उसमें क्या था? हल्दी था, कुछ ब्लैक पेपर था, तेजपात था, लाल मिर्च था, इसके ऐसे कुछ पैकेट्स बना रखे थे, बहुत ही अच्छे, बहुत प्योर, और द क्वालिटी वाज ऑफ द एक्सपोर्ट वैल्यूज। ओनली थिंग इज उसकी पैकिंग अच्छी नहीं। पैकिंग कैन बी इम्प्रूव्ड। और फिर जब हम लोगों ने पूछा कि इसकी मार्केटिंग क्या होती है, तो बोला हम यहाँ से सब लोकल बाजार ले जाते हैं, लोकल बाजार में बेचते हैं। मेरा ये कहना है कि नो, थिंक अबाउट द मार्केटिंग। क्या आजकल हम सभी अपने घर के डेली नीड्स मार्केट जाके खरीदते हैं? एनी ऑफ अस? नो। हम सभी मार्केटिंग करते हैं, कोई अमेजन पे कर रहा है, कोई कहीं कर रहा है, कोई कहीं कर रहा है ना? क्योंकि मार्केट जाना पैंडेमिक ने बंद करा दिया, एक हैबिट डेवलप हो गया नहीं जाने का। और क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट हमारे पास डोर स्टेप पर डिलीवर हो रहा है विथ ए सब्सिडी। तो अगर हम अपने प्रोडक्ट को, जो भी वुड क्राफ्ट प्रोडक्ट्स हैं, अगर उसको हम ई पोर्टल दे दें, उसको लिंक कर दें, तो प्रोबेबली this may be one of the area where marketing can be done. I am talking about only marketing part. Now come to the international marketing. इंटरनेशनल मार्केटिंग के लिए पहला एंड फॉरमोस्ट है WTO प्रोविजंस में कि आपके टिम्बर जो भी निकले हों सस्टेनेबली मैनेज्ड फॉरेस्ट से निकले हों। और अगर आपका फॉरेस्ट एरिया वर्किंग प्लान से गवर्न है तो आपका वो सस्टेनेबली मैनेज्ड है। ओनली थिंग इज इट हैज टू बी सर्टिफाइड बाय FSC or FSC like organizations. What UP has done, every year there is a committee which is coming to visit to us, our nurseries, our plantations and our depots. ये 3 चीज वो देखते हैं। नर्सरी में क्या देखते हैं? आप पेस्टिसाइड नर्सरी में यूज कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं? केमिकल फर्टिलाइजर आप यूज कर रहे हैं या नहीं कर रहे हैं? आपके पास वर्मी कंपोस्ट है या नहीं है? आपके प्रोडक्ट, आपने जो नर्सरी में सैपलिंग तैयार किया, इसका सोर्स, सीड का सोर्स कहाँ से है? एंड आपने जो प्लांटेशंस लगाए, उस प्लांटेशंस की क्वालिटी कैसी है? और जो आपने इसको हार्वेस्ट किया, कहां से हार्वेस्ट किया और आपके डिपो का स्टेटस क्या है? ये ऑलरेडी हम और आप करते हैं। बट ओनली थिंग इज दैट वी आर नॉट आर्टिकुलेटली compiling all the documents, and based on this, all the export oriented units in the country is procuring the timbers from the UP on a premium price because IKEA को export करना है. IKEA सारे टिम्बर जिस दिन हमारे यहाँ ऑक्शंस होती है, ई ऑक्शंस होता है, ऑक्शंस की डेट पर जो प्रोडक्ट पहले हम 100 रुपए का बेचते थे वो प्रोडक्ट हम 600 रुपए का बेचते हैं. बट नोबडी इज टेकिंग द रिस्क कि हम पहले सर्टिफाई अपने फॉरेस्ट को करें. तो वुडन क्राफ्ट के लिए फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट थिंग इज कि टू हैव द योर एरिया सर्टिफाइड अंडर द certifications modules of the international standard. Number one. Number two, now comes to the productivity part. Whether our product or our productivity in the forest and forest product is at par with the world? No. And we are lacking in one part. Working plan code में nursery working circle भी है, plantations working circle है, उसी का एक part है nursery working circle. We have never thought of कि nursery को हम improve करने के लिए क्या करना चाहिए. Should we go for the clonal plantations? At least certain percentage, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40% area we can go for the clonal plantations. And the ICFRE has developed 67 clones of a 67 forestry varieties species, which can enhance the productivity in coming days. We can think on these lines. Third is, again, I'm quoting one example so that it will be easy for understand. R&D part is very, very poor for us. And I request Dr. Singh that how your institute can associate with R&D part. Like one of the export-oriented units in the UP is taking the mango timber for the products for manufacturing. Now, जो कलमी आम होता है, grafted variety of mangoes है, उसके टिम्बर बहुत ज्यादा नहीं. जो सीड वाले मैंगो ट्री होते थे, जो सड़क के किनारे लगे होते थे, जो हमारे जंगलों में कहीं कहीं हैं, उसका टिम्बर वॉल्यूम ज्यादा होता है. नाउ दैट टिम्बर इज आउट. आपके पास है नहीं कहीं, सड़क के सारे पेड़ कट गए. वो टिम्बर कहाँ से लाएंगे? स्कार्सिटी हो गई. वो दूसरे स्टेट से खरीदते हैं, परमिट फेलिंग परमिट हमारे यहाँ से लेते हैं, खरीदते दूसरे स्टेट से. कॉस्ट बढ़ जाता है, उसका प्रॉफिट मार्जिन कम हो गया. What should be needed here? When I was the CC of Gorakhpur, in that area, that Gangetic Basins area, there was a tree called Albizia, cirrus, white cirrus. It is again a softwood, जिसके टिम्बर में आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. उसका भी ग्रेन्स व्हाइट है. हम उन व्हाइट ग्रेन्स को कलर करके किसी भी ग्रेन्स में ला सकते हैं. तो मैंने जो एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट्स था, मैंने उसको रिक्वेस्ट किया कि can you send your R&D teams to use the alternate timbers in your industry for export. So far certification is concerned, we will facilitate the certification part. वो आज भी नहीं हुआ. तो अगर हम एक टिम्बर को बार बार यूज करते हैं हैंडीक्राफ्ट में, तो नेचुरली टुमारो अ डे विल कम व्हेन देयर विल बी स्कार्सिटी. और आप कितना भी सीड सोर्स के टिम्बर बनाएंगे, आज अगर हम किसी आम के एक बीज को लगाते हैं, इसको उस शेप में आने के लिए, उतना टिम्बर प्रोडक्टिव होने के लिए टेक्स 50 years. कैन वी वेट? नो, वी कांट. इसका मतलब है कि R&D से हमको ऑल्टरनेट रॉ सोर्स को आइडेंटिफाई करके भी रखना होगा, सो दैट की सस्टेनेबिलिटी पार्ट एंड द टिम्बर क्राफ्ट कैन बी सस्टेनेबली प्रोड्यूस्ड. Number 3, what is the quantum of quality planting material in our states? As a forester, whenever we say to the ground staff, हमारे पास कितने ऐसी नर्सरीज हैं जिसके पास की अच्छी क्वालिटी प्लांटिंग स्टॉक्स नहीं. हमको अपनी क्वालिटी प्लांटिंग मटेरियल्स को इनहांस करना होगा, इनरिच करना होगा, और जब तक हम उसको नहीं करेंगे तब तक हमारी प्रोडक्टिविटी इनहांसमेंट नहीं. हमारे पास नॉलेज है, हमारे पास टेक्निक है, हमारे पास मैन पावर है, हमारे पास प्रोसीजर्स फिक्स्ड हैं, बट हम नहीं कर पा रहे हैं. तो देयर इज अ गैप. दैट गैप हैज टू बी फुलफिल्ड. थर्ड इज डिजाइनिंग एंड प्रमोशंस. Again, it is the R&D part. मैं चाहूंगा इस बार तो पता नहीं क्या आपका शेड्यूल है, कभी आप एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट्स में जाइए। सिंपल एक मेज या एक टेबल वो जो बनाता है, जो उसकी क्वालिटी होती है, द मोमेंट यू फील दैट क्वालिटी, यू फील दैट दिस इज द बेस्ट क्वालिटी, वॉट एवर प्राइस, ठीक है हम देंगे, पे करेंगे। How a bench, simple bench of a saal is being exported because of quality. तो क्वालिटी डिजाइन पर हमें काम करने की जरूरत है, और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आज की डेट में। नॉट ओनली क्वालिटी इन प्रोडक्ट, इट्स ब्रांडिंग इज ऑल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट। वी आर लैगिंग इन द ब्रांडिंग। अगेन द न्यू एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, द स्टार्टअप्स, they can be roped in. Again, I am quoting one example. Recently, the IFM and Ipritty is being disengaged, in the process of being disengagement. How it can be? इसका मतलब है कि हमको कहीं न कहीं उन इंस्टीट्यूट्स के एक्टिविटीज को डाइवर्सिफाई करना होगा ताकि उसका सस्टेनेबल इनकम बढ़े। अगर आप 200 करोड़ रुपए खर्च करते हैं पर एनम और आपकी इनकम 50 करोड़ है, तो नेचुरली गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूट्स को बंद करने जा रही है या डिसइन्वेस्ट करने जा रही है। ऐसे केस में क्या होगा? आप अपनी कैपेसिटी बढ़ाइए, कैपेसिटी को एट पार लाइए, मार्केट से compete कीजिए। तो अभी उनको कहा गया है कि आप किसी भी अच्छे एक स्टार्टअप को इनवाइट कीजिए और अपनी एक्टिविटीज को कहां से कहां ले जा सकते हैं आप देखिए। इट मींस द रेगुलर एंड कंटिन्यूअस थिंकिंग in redesigning our own curricula is a mandatory part. Again, in the international trade and wood crafting, it is mandatory. Otherwise, we won't be able to survive in the international trades. The gaps, the maximum gaps, what we found is linkages between the production and the marketing. एक बार जब विजय नहीं थे वहां, शुरू में जब जंगल लॉज स्टार्ट हुआ था, तो हम लौट रहे थे जंगल लॉज की ट्रेनिंग से दिल्ली, उसमें मैं मिनिस्ट्री में था। यू विल बी सरप्राइज, जो बुकलेट आती थी मैगजीन्स पेपर, न्यूज़पेपर में, प्लेन में, उसको मैं खोल के देख रहा था। उसमें जंगल लॉजेस की बुकिंग लगभग 2 साल आगे तक की कंप्लीट हो चुकी थी। इसका मतलब क्या था? उस एयर इंडिया की मैगजीन्स में एक इको टूरिज्म सेंटर की बुकिंग हो रही थी, फैसिलिटीज उसके बाहर एक्सपोज थे, ब्रांडिंग कर दी गई थी और अगले 2 साल तक की पूरी मार्केटिंग कर रखी थी। इसका मतलब है कि अगले 2 साल तक का सस्टेनेबल इनकम उसको पता था, उसको अपनी वैकेंसी पता था। ऐसे में क्यों सस्टेन वो नहीं करेगा? इसका मतलब है कि उन्होंने अपनी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी को काफी पर्सपेक्टिव प्लान करके चॉक आउट कर रखा था। तो मेरा ये कहना, क्या हम नहीं कर सकते? We can. So the linkages between the production and the marketing, and now at present scenario, we can do on a e-portal. There are number of e-portals where we can do the e-marketing, जिसमें हमें जाने की भी जरूरत नहीं है और प्रोड्यूसर्स को, आर्टिजन्स को भी अपना सामान पैक करके कहीं ले जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। वो अपने घर पे ही अपना सामान का एक फोटोग्राफ डाले और उसको बेच सकता है। जैसे कि अभी असम या त्रिपुरा में जो केन एंड बैम्बू डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट है, वो ऐसा कर रहा है। अभिनव आ रहे हैं इंस्टीट्यूट, हाँ, उन्होंने, आप देखेंगे उनके एक एक प्रोडक्ट देखेंगे। एक उन्होंने कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप के लिए एक स्टैंड बनाया है। द कॉस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ दैट स्टैंड इज ओनली 40 रुपीज एंड दे आर सेलिंग ऑन 600 रुपीज। मैंने यूपी में उनसे कहा था कि आपके जितने प्रोडक्ट्स हैं एक बार ला के दिखाइए हमको। Surprisingly, it's amazing, and all the products is being marketed on a e-portal. So we can do that. And the last but not the least, when we are doing such exercises, productions देख रहे हैं, certifications कर रहे हैं, marketing देख रहे हैं, research and development कर रहे हैं, इसके साथ साथ एक पार्ट हम मिस करते हैं कि फॉरेस्ट्री कार्बन अकाउंटिंग हम नहीं कर रहे हैं। साथ में इस पार्ट को भी रखिए कि अगर आपने एक चीज बनाई, अगर इसका एक स्टैंड हमने बैम्बू का बनाया, इसका एक हूफर बनाया है उस इंस्टीट्यूट ने, बैम्बू का 9 या 11 इंच का एक बैम्बू टुकड़ा है, उसको स्लैंटली 30 डिग्री या 40 डिग्री के एंगल पे स्लैश किया है। उसके बीच में आप फोन को रखते हैं, किसी कोई गाने चलाते हैं, उसका जो साउंड आता है हुफर का है। एंड अगेन प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट इज 30 रुपीज, सेलिंग प्राइस इज 600 रुपीज। सी द गैप, इट इज बीइंग एक्सपोर्टेड। आप अमेजन पे देखेंगे अभी कि बैम्बू हुफर कितने का आ रहा है, आपको मिल जाएगा। आर्टिजन ये है, उन्होंने भी डिजाइनिंग कहीं और से ली, उनको फिर स्टैंडर्डाइज किया, उन्होंने अपने आर्टिजन्स को ट्रेन किया। हमारे पास रॉ मटेरियल है, उसको उस क्वालिटी का बनाया, एंड नाउ ही इज ओपन इन द मार्केट। बट अगेन वी लैग्ड हियर, वी हैव नॉट काउंटेड द फॉरेस्ट्री कार्बन sequestered on that products. That is needed. That should be taken care of, because in each and every aspect of the forestry, we are lagging for the estimations of the carbon sequestrations. इस पर भी मैं एक लाइन का और कहूंगा. When we did 22 crore sapling planting in a day in 2019, before beginning of the plan, we said we will do the third party monitoring. हमने कितना किया, नहीं किया, हमने पौधे हमारे पास थे, नहीं थे, हमने लगाया, नहीं लगाया, इसका सक्सेस क्या है, दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट ने कितना लगाया, उसका सक्सेस क्या है. And the last part was how much soil organic carbon was there in the initial phase of the planting. And after first year, after second year, after third year, after fourth year, after fifth year, each and every plantations was identified. Soil organic carbon at that time of plantation was estimated, and annually it is being estimated that how much carbon is being sequestered. These are very small things, but we are lagging on this. So for each and every trade, the hallmark is you must account your carbon sequestered, so that you can say, I have made this product. इस प्रोडक्ट के कारण हमने एटमॉस्फेरिक कार्बन को, इतने कार्बन को सेक्वेस्टर किया. And the result is we are approaching towards the Prime Minister's goal, 2.5 billion metric ton से 3 billion metric ton में कार्बन सेक्वेस्टर करने का 2030 तक का जो मैंडेट है, उसको अचीव करने की तरफ हम बढ़ रहे हैं. करना कुछ नहीं है, नॉर्मल एक्टिविटीज में हम करना चाहते हैं. At the last, I wish you all the best. Have a lovely participations, lovely brainstorming sessions. मैं कहूंगा डॉक्टर साहब से कि आप सरस मेला के साथ साथ दिल्ली हाट भी इनको ले जाएं एक बार, क्योंकि वो भी हैंडीक्राफ्ट का बहुत ही बेहतरीन सेंटर है, जहां आप उनको ले जाइए. और अगली बार से ये जरूर रखें कि कोई अच्छा सा जो एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट है फॉरेस्ट्री का, हापुड़ में है, अमरोहा में है, आपको बहुत दूर जाने की जरूरत नहीं है, वहां से इनको एक्सपोज कर सकते हैं, तो आपको ज्यादा फायदा होगा. और इस तरह के आइटम्स को दिखाने के लिए यूपी में केवल 2 या 3 एक्सपोर्ट ओरिएंटेड यूनिट्स हैं, दोनों तीनों अमरोहा में हैं, वहां ले सकते हैं. एक यूनिट है सहारनपुर में. जब भी कभी मौका लगता है नेक्स्ट कोर्स में, तो इनको जरूर आप लें. थैंक यू वंस अगेन, विशिंग यू ऑल द बेस्ट, एंड थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir. Let's have a huge round of applause for our chief guest, Shri Bivash Ranjan sir.
Sumitra,
yes, sir?
I just wanted to, just 1 minute, I wanted to really, it was mind-boggling, thought-provoking lecture, which I listened. A great visionary. The span of knowledge, the areas he touched right from raw materials, sustainability, carbon sequestration, then quality control, conversion into a product, aesthetics, marketing, all dimensions. India is proud to have such top technocrats running our country today. I'm so pleased that I was listening, learning from each and every one of you, Dr. Mr. Ranjanji. And I'm sure Amity SPC, we should contribute to this big mission which he has. He's a visionary. So we should follow. We have a MOU with ICFRE also, the Indian Council for Forest Research and Education. So through this MOU also, we should contribute to whatever Mr. Ranjanji has told us. So let us make action plan. At the end of it, you discuss with all the colleagues who are attending from IFS officers. So please take their input also. Then let us make action plan. Amity can do for their mission. Mr. Bivash Ranjan ji has said many points. Everywhere Amity can contribute. So that is why the business development, quality control, design, and also raw material substitution. If this tree, it takes 50 years to come to that level of a timber, then how do we look for an alternate? So these are very wonderful thoughts where we should be able to identify the right species which can serve as an alternate to have the same quality, the characteristics, but then it is available in plenty as raw material. So such things we should be able to contribute from our resources using satellite imaging, remote sensing, all this we should use, all these modern technologies, artificial intelligence, AI application to look at these issues. I think Amity will, Ranjanji, I can assure you that these thought-provoking ideas which you have given, Amity will deliberate and come out with some action plan, and we will do it. We will contribute to your mission. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Selva Moti, sir, for that beautiful input. Ladies and gentlemen, हमारे चीफ गेस्ट आज के विभाष रंजन सर की सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि जन भागीदारी के साथ जो उन्होंने लोकल नीड और ग्लोबल डिमांड्स की बात कही, हैंडीक्राफ्ट और हैंडो मशीन की बात करी, हैंडो मशीन क्राफ्ट की बात करी, उसके लिए दोबारा तालियां बजाते हैं सर के लिए। हमारा देश, सर हमें आप पे गर्व है और आप अमेठी में आए, अपना अपना प्रीशियस टाइम हमें दिया। वी आर सो हम्बल्ड। और देवी और सज्जनों, लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, हमारे माननीय फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर अशोक के चौहान सर, जो कि स्टार्टिंग से ही हमारे इवेंट को ऑनलाइन देख रहे हैं, ऑनलाइन जुड़े हुए हैं। हमारे चीफ गेस्ट श्री विभाष रंजन सर, फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट सर ने आपकी पूरी स्पीच सुनी। He listened to your entire deliberations and he said that he was holding a parallel meeting, लेकिन उन्होंने आपकी सारी स्पीच सुनी और आपके थॉट्स बहुत ही अच्छे हैं और वो ये बताते हैं कि फॉरेस्ट बेस्ड हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स और इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड के लिए जो आपने वक्तव्य दिया बहुत ही यूजफुल है। और फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट सर का मानना है कि अमेठी विश्वविद्यालय में एक बहुत बड़ा स्कोप है और अमेठी विश्वविद्यालय आपके गाइडेंस में सर, हम इसमें फॉरेस्ट बेस्ड हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स और इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड में आपके गाइडेंस में और भी बहुत सारा कुछ करेंगे। और फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट सर सभी लोगों से कह रहे हैं कि वो सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स से आने वाले दिनों में मिलेंगे ऑनलाइन और उन्होंने अपने गुड विशेस दिए हैं सभी के लिए। तो हमारे फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट सर, जिनके वजह से आज अमेठी विश्वविद्यालय 11 यूनिवर्सिटीज, 16 ग्लोबल कैंपसेस, 28 स्कूल्स एंड प्री स्कूल्स में हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी के एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत के सपनों को साकार कर रहा है। ऐसे हमारे फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट डॉक्टर अशोक के चौहान सर के लिए तालियों से एक बार आप धन्यवाद करें हमारे फाउंडर प्रेसिडेंट सर का। So
Sumitra, one more information which founder wanted us to convey. Founder will be interacting with all of you since you are going to be with us for 5 days, because for him this is where forestry is very close to his heart, and because whichever campus he has, she mentioned 11 universities and so on, everywhere forestry, we are just trying to give a focus there. And also he has started 5 institutes related to this. One is the Amity School of Natural Resources Sustainable Development, which is then Amity Institute of Forestry and Wildlife. We have an institute. Then we have Amity Institute of Global Warming and Climate Change, another institute. We have Amity Institute of Environmental Sciences. So imagine Dr. Ashok Chauhan's vision that he wants to contribute to sustainable development and inclusive growth, which is the forerunner in our India's philosophy of development. So we will contribute, and he has mentioned that one of these 5 days where you are going to be there, and the founder president Dr. Ashok Chauhan himself will interact with you all. And it's a great blessing. Such a great unparalleled leader today is taking India to the global world in terms of education, research, innovation. Thank you so much, Founder President, for your gracious message to all the participants.
Thank you, Honorable Founder President Sir, for your message. Ladies and gentlemen, देवी और सज्जनों, अब तो खत्म हो रहा है आज का ये inaugural session, but there is one more thing about our Founder President Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan Sir. Together with him, we are creating a knowledge-based society. और कहा गया है ना, पढ़ेगा इंडिया तभी तो आगे बढ़ेगा इंडिया। इस तरीके के जो ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं वो भी, it is one of the things which is adding on to our Honorable Founder President's vision of making India a knowledge superpower. Ladies and gentlemen, with this we have come towards the end of this inaugural session, and before we present you the vote of thanks, I would request Director Dr. S.P. Singh Sir to felicitate and honor our chief guest, Shri Vivash Ranjan Sir, IFS, Additional Director General, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, New Delhi, Government of India. Sir, as a token of our warmth and gratitude, The shawl is presented to you with so much of love and affection from Amity Invest. Let's have a round of applause for sir. And also, sir, as you said, this the handicraft product, this is a souvenir and a token of our love and warmth. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing the occasion, and Dr. S.P. Singh, sir, for doing the honors. It is said at Amity that once an Amitian is always an Amitian. And with this, all the participants of 1 week compulsory training program for the IFS officers have become an Amitian to the core. Thank you so much. Our chief guest for the day, Mr. Bibash Ranjan, sir. Thank you so much, Founder President, sir, for your online presence. I would now request Madam Dr. Lolita Pradhan, who is Assistant Professor, Amity School of Natural Resources and Sustainable Development, to present the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Sumitra ma'am. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on behalf of Amity School of Natural Resource and Sustainable Development for the inaugural session of the 1 week compulsory training course on forest-based handicrafts and international trade. Today, we are blessed to have with us Honorable Founder President, Sir, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, who has always encouraged and inspired all the Amitians. And because of his vision and motivation, Amity University has always achieved new heights of excellence. We are all grateful to you, sir, for your constant motivation and support, and we are greatly encouraged by your inspiring presence. We assure you, sir, that we will strive to achieve your vision and mission of nation building through education and beyond. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Atul Chauhan, Sir, for his exceptional leadership, guidance, and motivation.
Chancellor Lolita?
Yes, sir. Vice Chancellor, Sir.
No, Chancellor.
Sorry, sir. I'm extremely sorry. Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Atul Chauhan, for his exceptional leadership, guidance, and motivation. I would like to take this opportunity to express our sincere thanks to Honorable VC Madam, Dr. Balvinder Shukla, for her dynamic leadership and for her support and valuable guidance in organization of this event, for organizing the 1 week compulsory IFS training course. It is indeed a matter of immense gratification and honor to have with us our distinguished keynote speaker, on our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Bibash Ranjan Sir, Additional Director General, MOEFCC. We are very grateful to you, sir, for not only sparing your valuable time for us to grace this occasion, but also for enlightening us with your commendable talk on the subject. We are grateful to you, sir, for the thought-provoking and interesting address highlighting on very important issues in the EXIM policies in the forest-based products, importance of certified timber wood in the trade, the quality certification, the quality marketing, the importance of linkages between production and marketing, the forestry carbon accounting. Thank you so much, sir, for highlighting all these important issues, which are indeed very important issues in forest-based handicraft and international trade. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Dr. W. Silvamurthy, sir, Amity, President, Amity Science Technology Innovation Foundation, for his valuable guidance and constant support. Thank you, sir, very much, sir, for your valuable comments and your advice. I would like to thank the torchbearer of this event, our respected director, sir, for leading and inspiring us in working towards the goal of conducting this 1 week compulsory IFS training course. We are very thankful to you, sir, for your huge support on all times. This training workshop could not be possible without the support and funding of MOFCC. We are grateful and indebted to the ministry for continuously entrusting us with the prestigious training workshop. I take this opportunity to extend our sincere thanks to our distinguished participants of the training program, the IFS officers who have come from different destinations for the support and cooperation. Conducting this 5 days training workshop would have been impossible without the zealous efforts of the faculty members and staff of ASNRSD and Amity School of Global Warming, who have devoted a lot of time and energy for this event. I would like to thank them all for the sincere efforts and commitment. Above and beyond, I would like to thank the IT team for the support and assistance for conducting this training workshop. And I would also like to thank Sumitra ma'am for so nicely executing the whole workshop. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Dr. Lolita, well done. Lolita.
Finally, before leaving this platform, I remember the words of Eugene Declercq, who once said that what moves the men of genius is actually not something that has actually inspired their work, not even the new ideas, but it's actually the passion and the obsession to grow. And at Amity, that idea culminates into an action. So all the words very well taken from our honorable chief guest, Shri Bivash Ranjan Sir, Additional Director General, Minister of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, New Delhi, Government of India. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. After this, we will be proceeding for high tea in the lounge, and that will be followed by technical session 1. And post lunch, we will be having technical session 2. Abhi? Okay, so immediately after we leave this MDP hall, we will assemble for group photograph. Thank you so much, everybody. It is said that Amity is as good as you make it. Wherever you go, your name with Amity will remain forever. Once Amitian is always an Amitian. Thank you so much. Let's proceed for high tea and the group photograph. Thank you so much, Murthy sir.
Thank you, Sumitra, for this wonderful comparing. As usual, compliments to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everybody, for joining us online. Let's meet sometime else on the next platform. Bye-bye. Take care.